Hi guys, my name is Gilbert Smith and I'm with Adam Gerald. And he asked me to show something. I'm gonna show a cool exercise you can do by yourself at home. All you need is a medicine ball and a wall to help you improve your muscular endurance and your power, right? So check this out, Adam. So you're gonna take this medicine ball and you're gonna get into like throwing. I'm a southpaw, so my lead hook is my right hand, so I typically start there. So you're gonna take this and you're gonna press this ball. You're gonna turn your hips over. This is really more about your hips and your core than it is about your arm. Your arm is just gonna be a good structure where I have my elbow behind my wrist, have it parallel to the floor, and as I'm turning it over, I'm turning my hips over and I'm squeezing for about 30 seconds. Let's squeeze, 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 squeeze. The whole goal is like, I'm trying to push this ball through the wall, right? So squeeze, squeeze, and then I drop. When I hit a bell, so I have a timer, then I'm throwing it. Right? So as your arm fatigue, then you're gonna have to work through that lactic acid you build up just from the squeeze, right? So you give it a try. Right. Yes. This looks pretty good. I would turn this over just last to get that ass into it. You're gonna hold this, tighten this up, chin down, looking through your eyebrows. This is nice. You're looking pretty good. And then you're gonna squeeze, 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 squeeze. Time, drop. Then shadow, yes. Good, 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 good. Nice, relax. Okay. So when you do these types of reps, let's break this down a little bit. Okay, make sure when you're throwing the hook, the only thing I would say when you shot on the hook, making sure you're throwing the hook the same way you would throw, same way you was holding it. Because your hook started to baby a little bit, right? So I want to make sure I'm still throwing, I'm still working good form when I'm shadow boxing, and I'm not good snap. So I'm imagining that I'm hitting an actual point of impact instead of just kind of flowing through it, right? So let me try the other side. Just, of course, you're going to do it on both sides, right? So once again, so I'm right here and I'm turning and I'm really trying to get my ass into it. Really trying to get my ass. Like I said, it's actually kind of tiring. We done finished working out, so I'm already fatigued. But when you do this, you want to try to hold it for a good 30 seconds. When you get more advanced, maybe for a good minute, and you go there. Now, if you have a bag at home, maybe you punch the bag. Or like for this, the way I would do this for real, I would actually punch this because it's padding. But if you don't have padding at home, then you just shadow it, or maybe you have someone hold the ball or whatever the case may be. So now if you're squeezing, now we'll go. So it will look something like this. Put it together, right? And say 10-second hold, right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe a good 10 punches. Okay, let's give that a shot. Okay, make sure when you do hit it, you don't have to hit it as hard as I was. I was doing it for effect, right? But make sure you hit it with a strong wrist that's in line. So I'm not hitting like this where I can hurt myself. Especially your hands are not wrapped, you don't got gloves on. You hold for 10 seconds. Get some. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. So yeah, get that breather going. So imagine doing that for a good minute and maybe getting like a 30-second punches. You see how we could like really increase your power, increase your muscular endurance, cardiovascular system, core strength, muscle coordination, everything. What do you think?
I think that's great. One thing I want to point out, when he was holding it onto the wall, one thing I noticed is he was still talking, but he was talking like this because his entire core was engaged, the muscles were all engaged that entire time. So if you are practicing that at home, make sure that you're really keeping everything engaged and try to say a few words. If you're struggling to say it, that's how you know you're doing it right. If you're not struggling to say it, well, you need to put a little bit more effort into that.
Yeah, and yes, and breathe. That's very important. You got to breathe through these isometric holds. If not, one, you'll pass out. If two, you're gonna fatigue yourself even more. The point of it is to hit muscle failure, so to speak. But we don't want to get to a point that we can't get through the exercises, and now we're doing bad technique because we're just totally tired.
Now, I want to say a few more things. I've already been here for about 2 hours a day. These guys started off with a killer workout. They just slayed me, and then we went and started grappling, and then they came in here and they started fighting. So make sure that you really are pushing yourself after you get tired. It's easy to fight whenever you're not tired. You can catch your breath. You have great technique. But if you go work out and then you're slayed and then you go push through it, that's where you're going to be. If it's a real life situation or you're just an MMA fighter, you're going to have to push through a situation that you're not comfortable with. So make sure you do that. And if you guys are ever out in Colorado Springs, check out Victory MMA. I've had a great time here.
Thank you for having us, man. You know my motto, I got two mottos: being comfortable, being uncomfortable. But the number one I say is hard work, dedication. Victory MMA. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.